The gut is the brain. This brain,
The pituitary gland. No.
oh, the whole thing, this whole thing up here, this is an interpreter for the brain, for this brain. This brain tells this brain what it needs. Okay? This is how hormones are recharged. Let's take aluminum, for instance. Aluminum is a toxin that we're all exposed to, that we have to deal with. Aluminum does what? And I'm going to say that again. Aluminum is a toxin and a metal that we are all exposed to. None of us are excluded. Not even, including me. I'm not excluded. Okay? Aluminum gives a false reading of estrogen to the brain. I'll say that again. Aluminum gives a false reading of estrogen to the brain, which means the brain will say, hey, let's produce this. Oh, okay, it's already good. You understand? It shuts it off. Now, if you have testosterone, or if you have too much estrogen, your body decides how much testosterone needs to recharge based on how much estrogen's around. They have to move together. You ever heard of the guys who took the testosterone patches and they were all cock diesel? Next thing you know, they got boobs. And their voices get real high. And all sorts of weird stuff start happening, right?
Overgrowth of estrogen.
Because the estrogen balance. You understand? So we have to keep in mind that this gut is going to be the determining factor. Now, we know I like to cook with aluminum foil, wrap this up in aluminum foil and throw that in there. Yeah, nanoparticles is a thing. Aluminum is a thing. And there's aluminum everywhere. I mean, honestly, we can't even avoid it off the vegetables. The fruits and vegetables also have aluminum. But there are ways of helping to strip out aluminum from the cells with detoxification, which is why detoxification is something that has to be taught. We have to teach this to our clients. You understand? In order for them to understand and grasp that, hey, you know what? This is good for you for now. But if you want change that will, last the test of time, you want to improve the entire vehicle. You want to start fixing different parts of it. You just don't want to fix the flat. You want new tires. You want a new body. You want a brand new paint job. You want to get everything. You understand? So you want to make sure that we're teaching the clients that they have to learn how to strip out all these toxins. And the best way to do that is by using the liver, which is part of the digestive system, which has over 500 different functions. The liver is an absolutely amazing thing, but if we beat it down with digestion or poor choices of food, then it becomes distracted. And alcohol just adds to it. Going back to the gut, this is your brain, okay? It's at the end of the day. It has all the signals, everything that this brain uses. This sends the signal, this interprets it, and it will reproduce what it needs. Okay, and if you interrupt the signals that this produces by adding in too much aluminum, by killing off all the bacteria, and as much as we love all the the Lysol is ruining us.
You mean lysine?
Lysol spray, the can, the microbial killer kills 99.9% of bacteria. Well, not for nothing, but 80 to 90% of your bacteria is actually good bacteria. And if you just killed off 90% of it, that's the bacteria that keeps the other bacteria in check. As a matter of fact, bacteria eats viruses, gobbles them up. Oh. But if the bacteria is not there, the viruses are. They're going to come. You know why? Because you killed the bacteria, but you did not kill the cell. The cell is what excretes the virus, which is the toxin. You understand? This is why we have flu seasons. It's a season. And it's when the excretions or that toxin comes out of the cell. So you kill the bacteria that eats the virus as food, but the cell is still there, and then it's under stress. It pushes out the virus, and then the virus comes out like, hey, I would like to be food for some type of bacteria, but we just Lysoled it all to death. Now I'm going to go do some damage to cells. Okay, so just keep in mind that the inside of our gut is a planet, and our bodies is also a planet. And we are housing trillions and trillions of lives on our bodies. We are walking, talking, breathing planets. Okay, the inside of our gut is a planet. And if the wrong bacteria is missing, like the one that tells the pituitary gland to monitor testosterone, there's going to be a problem. Okay, so going on it again, the maintaining that gut. This is your brain. Feed your brain, and you'll keep this balanced. Okay? Brain is everything. This brain. Matter of fact, quick note. Niacinamide. Talk to me about niacinamide.
Well, that was one of the first things you told me to start taking because that's a mood balancer now.
Right. And niacinamide is sometimes very difficult to get into the gut because of all the things that is messing the gut up and how you process B complexes in niacinamide.
Right.
So if there's, sometimes you can have calcium build up on the intrinsic factor. That'll interrupt how the body produces enzymes to absorb those complexes. You can have just poor assimilation where there's intestinal hyperpermeability, aka leaky gut. That will interrupt it. You can have the desmosomes can be ripped apart. There could be so many things going on here, which means you don't get nutrition. And if you don't get nutrition, it's like you never ate.
Yep.
And if you never ate, then that means you don't have what it takes to send the signal.
Right.
Or you send the wrong signal. And the wrong signal is, hey, I just ate, but we didn't get any nutrition, so can we eat again? So now you need a fourth slice of pizza.
Right.
Because we didn't get any nutrition.
Yep.
Okay, so it's not just a matter of choosing the right foods, but making sure that the process of assimilation is actually cycling through. And that's sometimes how we can spot nutritional deficiencies. But if you have a hole in your bucket, it doesn't mean anything. You know, you can give him all the horny goat in the world. And still he's going to come back and say, it's not working for me. This isn't it. So now his problem or their problem, you know, it could be a HER2. Something's going on, and we have to figure out what it is. As clinical herbalists, as natural health practitioners, that's essentially what we're doing. We're taking that whole puzzle and trying to figure out and find out where all the loopholes are. Okay, so you know, we're essentially, this is all stemmed from us making horny goat, ashwagandha, and hawthorn berry capsules. But it, you know, I think we learned a lot. Any more questions? No? Good? Good? Well, let's put some capsules together.